Let's go. Sonny, right.
Bus.
Kiyoshi, right.
Bus.
Otsugani, right.
Onegishimasu. York. Alright, since none of you were here on Monday and missed this part, I will reiterate this part. Those of you that remember Sifu Anne-Marie, she wanted me to extend her greetings and salutations to everybody. And there's a distinct possibility that end of March, beginning of April, she may come back to keep once in a while. So, we're looking forward to that. Alright. Refresh me, what was that, Kata? That you're supposed, that you have but don't remember.
Pinanyonan.
You don't know that.
Jute,
Okay.
that I have and don't remember.
Right, that's what I thought. Alright, since it's just the four of us, yeah, let's get cranky with that. Give me 2 and 2. From Yoy, go no okay.
Go no okay.
Hajime. Go ahead. Wichita. Hajime. Yeah, man. Alright, because I'm already seeing it, and it's something that's been weighing on my mind anyway. Let's talk about this real quick. Principles of Shitoru. We've talked about it before. Give me some of them. The ones that you think you heard me say, or you remember me saying, or that you made up in your own mind.
Always leave one taking a cap until the next day.
Oh yeah, hand stays out. Yeah, okay, we'll just say hand stays out. Yep. What?
For some reason, angles.
Angles? Okay, no, we can go with that. I like that, angles.
I do not remember the correct Japanese term, but sidestep was
We'll throw that under angles.
okay.
Twisting of the arm. Twisting.
Twisting. More specifically, everything twists. Okay, right. Two more.
Ground.
Two more.
Grounding power.
Yes, but that's not specific to Shitoru necessarily, but yes, you throw that under principles of martial arts, absolutely. Put that into words.
The arc when you step.
Which does what?
Applies to either activate power or something.
Okay. The different word, or different body part for what you're trying to do. Hip twist.
Or if you don't have hips.
Right. We're gonna say hip, we'll say hip rotation, just to differentiate it from everything twist. Hip rotation. One more. Has to do with the arm. A specific part of the arm. Specific joint in the arm. Yeah, put it into words.
You had the specific joint, sir.
Well, you're just banging on it.
Specific name, sir. I mean.
My God, tell me you did not just say that.
Shoulder, elbow, elbow.
Elbow, what about it? Elbow, yes? You remember elbow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so you, what did you not remember? Because now I gotta know. Okay.
I was thinking of something else, sir.
Oh, okay, that explains it. What about the elbow? Absolutely.
It's always good to throw an elbow when you can.
Well, there is that. We'll file that under Sean, Jerry, and James's principles of Shitoru.
Never have your elbow high.
Ah, elbow down. Let's put it down. Just put it into 2 words. Absolutely. Elbow is always down. Okay, of these, and there's probably some more that we could throw in here, but these are the biggie. If you talk to the people who train in Shitoru, they will tell you that he codify 3, which is everything twist, specifically wrist twist. He says wrist twist, but everything twist. Hip rotation and elbow down. That's what the Kuniba people will say, Kuniba codify. Well, cool, we can go with that. These other ones, absolutely. Cool. In here. Okay, so what in Goho no Uki was I looking at that brought this up? Because why is he doing that?
You say everything twist because.
Specifically, where in Goho no Uki does everybody want to cheat this? Okay, yes, not what I was referring to, but you're absolutely right. So let's just, we'll go with Kuniba's version. Wrist twist. For now, for the purpose of my discussion right at the moment, but you're absolutely right. Goho no Uki, what is the one spot where everybody wants to cheat this?
I would say here, and sometimes we just go.
Then what are you saying?
I was going to say when it starts from the down block, then it shifts from this, then it shifts to this. side.
Surprisingly, not too many people do. It happens occasionally, but not too bad. Yes, Mr. Brandon, absolutely right. Everybody wants to cheat. From the middle outside block to the middle inside block, they want to do this. And guess what? I want you to do it. I brought this discussion up. Right. When you're here, you have to load this. Now, big long line load, sure. Short line load, if you want to roll it, but it's gotta load. It can't be a gun turret. You are not going to be able to get enough power to do anything other than mildly annoy whatever you were trying to block. Gotta load. Basics never change. What they're intercepting will change. The timing may change. The pattern with which they are done does not change. Goho no uke.
Go no, okay.
Hajime.
Huss! Huss!
Empiropo.
Empiropo.
Hajime.
Huss!
No man. Okay. Mr. Brand, you're just full of good questions tonight, which are actually bad habits, but they're good questions for tonight. What could we add? And we talked about some of the things that are just principles of martial arts. Right? I don't remember how to spell. Martial arts in general. What is one of the big universal things with stance? It doesn't matter what stance it is, this one thing will happen in every one of them. Depending upon the art. So I will say for purposes of general martial arts, I disagree, but yes, it is a true statement for karate and it is a true statement for Shikaru karate. This thing is pretty much universal among all martial arts. Let's do we're getting there. Gripping, absolutely. Toes must grip, absolutely. Now, what does that mean? It means I'm gripping. I should see your little toes turn white and red. You're gripping. You relax from in. What I should not see when we're in a stance, especially at the end of whatever cut that we're doing, I should not be seeing this.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have heard me talk about, how you going, Sunset? Little guy pushed me all over the dojo. Beat the hell out of me. I was not there for this, but knowing Higona, and knowing the person or the people who saw this, physically saw him do this, I have no doubt that this happened. They were training on Hanshi's original dojo in, his original, commercial dojo was a wood floor. And it wasn't plywood, but it was a kind of a plywood looking thing that was kind of glossed over. I didn't train on that specific floor. I got to enjoy training on the concrete floor. Fun learning how to fall. Higona came in, was doing, a clinic in Orlando. Came to Hanshi's dojo. Locked into a side sheet and dented the wood on the floor. With his toe. Before we go. And I've seen him like on floors like this, peel it, the floor up with his toe. And then knowing him in general, I have no doubt that he did dent a wood floor like that. That's what we're doing. All right, Miss Danny, you ready to rock and roll? Okay, Brandon, here's what I want you to do. You're gonna go back there with Danny, and you're gonna fix what I screwed up and go home no OD. I went full on dyslexic on you Monday. Started on the wrong side. I knew I did, still did it anyway. So you're gonna fix what I screwed up and go home no OD. Once she has that really, really well, I want you to start in floor. Alright, everybody else shift. Where we at? Espiroco. Roger, man. Alright, what you?
Maureen showed me how to do some casing.
Oh, okay, so I think what it is a landmark.
Yeah. I get to go be tortured by her tomorrow.
This way,
Roger, man.
This way.
this way.
Buzz!
Go ahead.
I can touch him hard.
That's alright. Wait, yo. Espiroco. Roger, man.
Buzz!
Go ahead. Hey, do not forget about eyes, feet, hip, hand. Again, we'll file that under, should be in down here, but unfortunately it's not for most, so we'll file it under here somewhere. Eyes, feet, hip, hand. Even going backwards. Eyes, feet, hip, hand. Very important.
I think that's what she told me.
I'm stepping on the end of Enfiropo. This hand is already moving this way,
Go back.
or this foot has landed.
Backwards, right?
You might as well just fall on the ground and stomp it down.
Because you start by going back.
Now, we talked about it before, we're trying to get to the point where the gap, eyes, feet, hip, hand, this gap are almost non-existent, but they still exist. So we're trying to get, for math major among you, asymptotic to zero, but we're never gonna get zero, right? We don't want this, that's just nasty. So we don't want, things overlapping. But it's got to happen that your base is established. Now, you can be loaded, I don't have a problem with that, but the projecting part has got to be from a solid base
Wait, so how do you go from?
through the hip and outwards, regardless of what I'm throwing.
So what kind of noise is coming?
Oh, you reload it.
Buzz!
Tenno kata.
Tenokata!
Hajime.
Just need to remember the formula, low, low, high. Low, 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 low. You see, one time.
Huss!
Go ahead.
Maybe. Go
briefing? What you know? How do you? Yeah.
And there's one help.
Yeah.
Hitch.
To take a slightly extreme example,
Nick.
how easy is it for the human body to make a 360-degree turn from a stable martial arts proper balance out?
See.
All the way back to where you were?
All the way back to where you were.
Sit you.
Not for me.
Extremely difficult.
Okay? It's not particularly easy, and depending upon how you want to do it, it can be very extremely difficult. And you can also, you know, you kind of short out, because these long terms in Penno Kata are the same thing. So,
The biggest problem is.
how would you think we would go about
This side.
Yeah,
making that happen?
that's why I'm like, wait.
Could we use more than one step?
One step?
Two steps?
I would make it at least 3 steps.
3 steps? Ooh, okay. Show me 3 steps.
Never
You
mind,
can't,
I can't try.
we're guessing, that's fine.
To me, most that.
Okay, no worries, that's all good. Show me 2 steps.
Just two what?
Okay, 2 steps that way, alright. Let's make it even a little more difficult.
Not going all the way.
Do it.
360 degrees on basically the same line.
That's right.
Or there's the flying sparrow, which I don't like that one. The cutter.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking you were actually, you know, going like that.
Okay.
I mean, I could,
Laurel Hardy? Okay, here's the short answer, we cheat. We cheat like nobody's business. And it's kind of similar to what Ken was doing. You don't necessarily make 2 steps, but you pre-stage the hit. Now, in Taijutsu, this is where, in the first kata of Taijutsu, we have a full 360-degree turn. That took me a long time to figure that one out. And really, the only way to do it, it took me watching him, and as subtle as he does it, cheats. Here's what I mean by that.
Okay.
In the first kata of Taijutsu, we end up here. And we make a full 360-degree turn
Once you're done with that, wait.
from here.
Before the command is given.
Everybody wants to do this. Nobody can do that, because this leg and this hip is in the way.
Well, let's totally fire.
It almost cheats at doing that turn, gets you a full 180.
So, it kind of goes back, you know, we've done these drills, and, you know, we talk about Gohan Wiki and Piropo. Well, you know, we do the shifting in Piropo. We talked about it before. A front stance this way is a front stance to the other side.
So from the middle.
So if I'm here in a front stance, and I want to start to get around,
Like that.
let's say I want to make another, you know, I want to end up in a front stance on this same straight line. Everybody wants to try and go this way, because they don't want to go this foot.
Because the real thing
You're
you're trying to
never
make
gonna make
contact with.
Yeah.
It gets really ugly.
Once you
So we cheat. We go front stance, 1, we cheat a little bit on the heel, and we come around. So, same thing. Where am I?
Because, as you see in that board, right, I mean, it's like, one native principle of karate is twisting. Twisting, and you keep here, most likely, first.
But anyway, if you find yourself not being able to reach around, preload
That front foot, make contact here.
preload
Now,
that hip.
contact here, not only will it
Yeah,
give.
you're on the store. A couple weeks, I still been doing Tai Chi, Saturday, all that kind of stuff. The instructor decided she's gonna start teaching Tai Chi Fan. I love doing Fan. Great weapon. It's fun.
Just remember.
And nobody expects somebody who looks like me.
That's
But anyway, there's a lot of application in Fan, it's fun. In this first Tai Chi Fan form, there is a 360-degree spin that you're supposed to do as like a ballet pirouette. Of one foot. Sort of grab leg apart. Instructor demonstrates this. We're all looking at her going, okay. I already know what I'm doing. Half of the class turns and looks at me and goes, I can't wait to see you try that. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Well, then how are you gonna do it? And I showed them, they went, oh, that's genius. Because you're not used to it.
But
Here's the spin it up, especially in grab.
now,
Same thing.
step four again.
Don't be afraid to move that front foot to get yourself out of the way.
No.
Again, two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. So if I go, I need a void space to go past this leg. So I give myself that void. To get by.
And is your first step, initial lead foot still the lead foot when you end up? I mean, when you do your.
Yes, it always matters which one. So.
You ask a question, you tell me. Because it really depends on how you're asking.
Well, when I tried it, it wasn't.
Okay? So, well then let's break this down. This is a good question. So, let's define some parameters. So I'm here in a front stance. I'm gonna do a 360-degree turn that direction. Are you asking if am I gonna end up in this stance, or does it matter which foot is in front?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, okay, so, okay, now I'm kind of tracking where it is. Okay, so from here, we know
But make sure you're still.
front foot, back foot, obviously, right?
Back joint.
Which foot is determining my foot attitude, my
Yeah,
target?
your back foot.
Back foot. Big toe ball, big toe ball, or back foot. So say whatever I'm,
Right.
okay?
Yes, you must, in order
What is
to,
still determining-
You must shift back to a front.
My combative bit,
Your left foot.
I've actually moved closer by doing this. So as I complete this turn, this is gonna be the easy
Yes,
way.
I'm saying.
So I end up switching feet for this type of turn. If I need this foot in front, because I need this distance,
I mean, that was.
then we get to like 10 or 1, we're gonna get that extra step at the end of it.
So, go back to,
Alright, whew, I think I went off on a tangent on that one. Alright, all of that to say, if you find yourself having trouble making a turn, it's probably because you're not getting out of your own way with that front leg. Okay. I'll let it boil down to that. Chino kata.
Shino kata.
Hajime.
Do it one time. Three times first. One time. Hitch.
Brandon, please tell me you're not standing there on my floor with your arms crossed staring at a student. Thank you. Alright.
That's right. Good.
Moichido.
Os.
Hajime.
All right.
I'm good.
Move forward,
Go on.
You're going okay.
That's good for it.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And as with everything,
No, you have to go back to the front.
it happens a lot in Chino kata,
But you have those to do.
Pinon, Yondan, it happens a lot. In other places where you do similar thing. When you're coming off of a kick, or you're moving back, your foot back, you must remember where that foot needs to land. There's a lot of people, especially in the beginning, they wanna get floppy feet, which Jim appreciates when you're sparring with him, because it makes his life fun, but it's not good for your continued good health. Retract that kick, put it where it needs to be, pull into a good stance. If you're backing up, don't flop that foot straight back. Half moons to the flops. Put that foot where it belongs. Pull into your stance. So we don't end up this way at the end of Chino Kata. And we don't end up at this in Pyongyang. Alright?
Well,
Okay. Now, for the sake of argument, because we kind of went there anyway,
From here?
everybody can see that my heels are more, should be more or less in line, yes? This, in at least one style I can think of, is a proper Yamazuki. Okay? For their own reasons. I can kind of understand it, I don't like it at all, but I can kind of understand why they like it.
Leaning into it like that?
Sorry?
Leaning into it?
Yeah, they fully lean into it this way. It can hit hard. You better hit something, if you miss.
Remember this part of my English name,
Yeah.
elbow 6.
But yeah, it kind of goes to difference in the style. It's not Shikuru. This is not Shikuru front stance. This is barely maybe a back stance, maybe. What I'm talking about, you're going straight back. Don't go straight back. You have to make that half move. You have to get that hip rotation to end up in a front stance. So here, especially coming off of this, yoidachi, our feet are real narrow. Your body, let me rephrase that. The human body doesn't like change. It likes whatever it did last to keep going. Keep it in line. Your body knows if you're not paying attention, it will want to do just that. You have to tell it until it gets ingrained in there, and your mind, your body, your spirit understands everything that's going on. This is where that foot goes. It doesn't go on its own. You put it there for a while. Eventually it'll go there. Pinon Shodan.
Pinon shoulder.
Adrian.
Sí, lo que pasa es que si se pone difícil, muchas veces cuando se pone difícil, se trata de, pues si está perdido, pues se trata difícil, pues es más fácil no hacer.
Yeah, man. Come forward a couple of squares. Maybe one more square.
Hacer el cover.
You rest the kata, which is moving.
I want to get back here so you don't run me over.
Forward.
Back here. All right, again, Pinon Shodan.
Pinon shoulder.
Adrian.
Then. Back.
Muchas gracias.
Forward. Now, here's the part. Step back. One double.
Yeah, man.
Step back again. One more double.
What is shortest distance between two lines? 2 points.
The most straightforward.
Straightforward, I got straight line. Straight line. Okay, actually it's 0, but we won't get into the quantum mechanics of, time
Right,
travel.
said before.
Okay, there's my science joke for the day. You're right, straight line. So, all things being equal, we do not want to go A, B, C, D, E to get to a point. We're going to go A, B, right? Right there. other than, well, that's just what makes sense, why?
Why is that?
Why is that better than,
One cow's
Less energy
all the way.
expended.
right?
I was going to say what our uses.
Good,
Alright, I wanna go new.
faster,
Okay.
Pitch.
more efficient, I would, you can kind of boil a whole bunch of different things into more efficient.
Yes, more efficient, less
Okay.
energy wasted.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. What happens if I'm going from here to here and I go here first? What did I just do?
Hmm.
Yourself up. Two different things. Here on this turn in Pinon Showdown, we know the elbow's coming down for all the reasons that we can talk about or have talked about. What I don't wanna do is
Okay, and then from here,
that.
No,
no, from here,
he's back.
Basically,
He's back.
I don't know if you can tell in this geese.
That's all right.
Can you see that my fist is slightly higher than my shoulder?
Well,
It's not directly in line with my shoulder, right? So, from this hammer fist here. Why, because, okay, we talk about it there, don't do this, right, ever. So why suddenly am I saying, well, it should be
from here.
higher than my shoulder? My hand should be higher than my shoulder.
Move, and then.
That's where my target is,
And then we're going,
you know? If I hammer fist here,
it's still.
I've hit him in the chest, maybe with tactical, may or may not, but, this is,
No, but like, my hands. are
you haven't lived until you've tried to hammer fist Shannon Eric in the chest.
Yes.
Okay. You can get the job done, but you wanna talk energy expenditure, there you go.
Okay.
You pop that jaw point, okay, it's a different story. But you will notice that the shoulder and the elbow are still down. They're not up. So the fact that the hand is slightly higher, as long as the shoulder is relaxed and the elbow is still down-ish and not rolled up, we're good. Basically what I wanna think about is pulling this guy that way, and I get the elbow block for free. So that as I get my eyes, my feet, my hip comes across, and I get this down at the end for free. I don't necessarily want to think about that because then I get this kind of thing going on. So I don't want that, I want this one into it. Huh? Remind me at the end of this, we'll talk about shoulder a little bit. Blah, 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 blah. Oh,
And then. This.
John Gary's pet peeve. That. Stop doing that.
Do a one count.
Next time we're sparring, I want you to grab you by the gi, I want you to go like that. Try and move it. You must engage the hip. Kick, punch, right here. What is this hand doing?
Yes, I did.
We're doing the double, the supported block.
Middle out.
Almost every
Middle
single
outside.
time in this kata, except for
What is this
one
hand?
time, does each
Supporting your middle.
motion
Middle.
revolve around 2 times?
What else?
Okay, 3 times, you kind of better for that one. Would your arm actually change? during that?
Slide past that elbow and punch him in the solar plexus. So this, if we take each hand separately, this hand makes our normal-ish middle outside block. This hand makes kind of a weird punching motion. So that together, it's still going in that straight line.
Or not touching.
Here,
Pick up.
together.
Face me.
The pinky knuckle,
Why
or pinky ring finger knuckle, depending on your shoulder,
Go for
actually
So
supporting anything.
Yes.
It's called supported block because it looks like.
Point.
It's-
You
that's
wanna
what
get
it
your
is.
point.
This is here,
Area.
mostly to hide the fact that you
Yeah,
just slip
so
underneath
you're essentially-
and bust them up.
Yeah, you're essentially not supposed to.
Or
bottom.
it's just gonna go straight,
Now,
like a
You
Yamazuki,
got round here, you got
Into.
round there,
what?
you break it right in the middle. Then,
Well, Sensei, we punch this way. You tell us
Make
not
sure
to
it's
punch
on the
this way.
front
Why
side.
do you suddenly tell us to punch this way?
and then it's here.
It's just looking, the twist is a little offset, but it's
Yeah,
just
that's the one part,
a section
one
of the
of
whole,
three
to
motions.
determine it whatever you
One
want.
of the three motions in which it's.
There's two things
Why-
going on here.
Why are you thinking?
One, from here to
So,
here
Yes.
is
So it's
is
forward,
twisting. And
Now
I'm,
you got an uppercut.
it's gonna be a short uppercut, is what I'm twisting into.
and then go back down.
If I'm gonna slide it by,
Yes.
I
And
don't
now
know.
you wanna repeat, now you wanna repeat. the
so
motions
from
that
here
you
to an
did.
opponent
So then
is the last half of the
forward,
play.
Yes.
You're not gonna do that like in weight lifting. That's not what I'm saying to do.
oh, well,
You're still going to
Make
do
sure
everything.
the motions are-
All of a sudden it's a play.
front.
But to get, for Kata's sake, it's still two straight lines.
If you.
Some of you are doing different things with this hand, it's coming out of position. So again, it's just
And now,
going from here to here,
down one,
a straight line,
two steps back.
and from here to here, a straight
No,
line.
no, no, you want to take a step back.
Alright, Wichito, Pinan Shodan.
We don't
No,
tell
no,
you.
no.
Hajime.
Enjoy. Enjoy. One thing, and this is just so you know, this again. And whenever you're doing kata or any other exercise, and you're not giving that, either back to your you would not go, you're not just stand there right when you're supposed to be.
Block, block, there we go.
That's,
Good, Wichito, excuse me, yeah man. Ahead of myself.
have you ever been taught timing?
Alright, that was much better.
Maybe.
Ropo.
Taught time,
How'd you met?
kata. Kata, that's became a certain motion. Yeah, motion, so I remember this one, when I listened since I just, you do kata 3 times, first time you put full power.
Okay.
And every single move you do, the second time you do is kind of almost one motion. And the third time, you combine those, try to figure out which point to best stop at, which point to put more power, and which point to go slower. Not at that level yet, so
No.
I'm just going, so it's
That
best
makes
just,
sense though.
but it's best just to get a rhythm.
Straighten the wrist.
Now, that's,
Relax. Drop that elbow down. There we
There are
go.
multiple ways you can do it.
Less likely
You
that you
do
want it to
motions,
rest.
two motions, stop for a
Yeah,
second,
man.
and then another 2 motions.
Okay.
And another 2 motions.
Well, yeah, slide back and
Adjust if you need
Or
to.
you can do something along the lines of.
Meant to mention it when we're talking about, you know, Shodan.
Stop for a motion, 1 motion, stop for it, then 3 motions, 2 motions, 1 motion.
Actually, alright.
2 motions, 2 motions.
Alright, everybody, yeah man. Do water if you need it. I'm in a particularly tense mood right at the moment.
Just hurt, right?
I said everybody. I'm particularly generous with you.
Alright.
So we're gonna start, I go hold it. You wanna start, I go hold it,
Okay.
you wanna start again, go hold it.
Shuto.
Oh,
You seem to be falling back into your bad habits. The non-Kikite hand.
2 moves,
Shuto.
count once, do 2 moves, now get rid of it.
What is the difference between this hand, final hand position, with a middle shuto, shudan shutoku, and our
Two
normal
moves.
Oh, okay.
soto chudan?
I just like,
No, the left
right
side.
now, I'm still just doing.
What's the
it
difference
slow.
between the two final
Rather than, like,
positions?
I guess the-
muscle memory
None.
of them yet.
Except your fingers are extended,
It's this, and then
Okay.
there's 2, so then.
Ken says that.
This is 1, right?
and the thumb needs to
And
be
then
tucked.
you wait.
Okay?
Well,
Back, In the middle block,
No, this
we
one-
usually end up facing with the
This
back of the
is how
hand.
well you have to
In the
do it.
meantime,
Yes.
in our,
Three,
Yes.
in the meantime,
There you go.
4,
yeah.
Okay, now, okay, put some of that into words, because the word that you started with was not the final hand position you ended with, so give me words for everything that you mean by what
Two,
you're
two,
doing.
two is the best way. But
Okay.
if you're still trying to get to muscle memory,
First of
it's
all,
more important
back
that
of
you
the,
have every
back of the
combination
pits,
in memory.
that's how we end up in
before
middle
you
block.
okay.
Right.
In the, in middle outside.
No worries.
In the meantime,
So,
in comparison to the middle outside block, our shutos,
Not,
they mainly involve
just you go on, though.
this twist of the wrist
Okay,
that ends up with the length of our
Which-
pinky finger to our wrist, usually pointed at a 45-degree angle. That's the main difference, I would say.
That's the end of your description?
End of my description.
Okay, yes, okay.
I'm just gonna use different words.
Okay, so say the same thing, right. Ken knew what he was saying, but he didn't really say it.
Other side.
Right, middle outside block. We open the hand, we turn it out 45 degrees, shoot them.
Yep, I took.
Doing this. Okay. For those of you that have never broken or dislocated a wrist, it is not a pleasure you want to experience. Trust me, ask me how I know. It sucks. You hit something solid with a bent wrist, forward direction this way, you will break and or dislocate something you don't want broken or dislocated. Shuto is not a forward power line. It is a 45 power
You're
line.
about to go into the mirror, but
Reload, then download. Okay.
yes, you will not get any power if it just moves out.
We can debate the terminology, we don't wanna get into the semantics too much, but we're gonna parry, we're
Two.
gonna strike.
Every single time I say
On.
something, one count on the
This
way.
is 90,
And
45.
you don't have to do it for me.
I'm not gonna go this way, because to go this way, I have to do this.
Or another sensei.
I won't do that again.
Supposed to say.
Done that, been there, done that,
Not
don't
to do
do
it to me,
this.
because I'm not sensei.
Alright?
But.
Shuto is a 45 strike. If I wanna strike something that's here with a shuto,
Just kinda like him, like,
I should.
Yes.
like me saying like, okay.
Because the basic positions do not change.
No, just say.
So if I need to hit
Okay.
this wall with a shuto, I'm not gonna go here.
MP Robo?
I'm gonna shift
Okay, so we have
so
to
that I'm
do-
still in my shuto position
So MP Robo.
to hit it.
One count on the way.
If it's a person, maybe I don't wanna hit the front part of it. Shuto works really well. Side of neck, elbows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That kind of,
How far outside the line, I mean, like, with a middle inside block,
And then-
this is where I am. With a shoot out, am I in the same
No,
line?
it's a mirror.
there, from here out, the air can take care of itself. I don't need to protect the air. So I'm gonna protect just my body. Like everything, so there's always that Goldilocks thing. Too short, definitely too far,
That's right.
just right. Now, because of the way the human body is designed
Do you want to
and
go?
looks,
Do you want to go over again?
you may disagree, but to me, this looks closer to my body than this. But I haven't moved my arm, it's just simply in how the bones are configured that either gives that illusion, because I've never really measured it, but it certainly looks like the ulna rotates under and out to me, so to me, it appears to go that way about an inch and a half from my point of view. But the arm has not moved, it's just the way the bones are configured. So that's what I would kind of, down that road, it may look like you're passing, but you're not, because these two joints aren't changing this position. You did rope a hole once?
Both.
Hey, rope a hole!
Robo!
Never like that. Never,
How'd you know?
always come to attitude.
Glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Mine's told gear up or something like that.
No, man, well, pick those up, pick those up, that's important. We don't wanna pick them.
Because you can't work, that ain't gonna do anything.
I remember having many conversations about the $5 on the strap at Walgreens. I'm gonna, once again, alright, come on, let's all.
That saves a lot of power, but really the same here.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do a lot.
Everywhere we can.
Puss!
Bitch.
Puss!
Alright. So, when we are doing kata, the people watching you should be able to see the person you're fighting. They shouldn't see that you're fighting. They should be able, you should be projecting the intensity so much, they literally see the person you're fighting. It's an old adage from back in the day. Who are we fighting? Ourselves, our doppelganger. Have any of you ever had the pleasure of hitting somebody with a closed fist in the forehead?
No, sir.
Again, learn from my pain. It's not something you
One
want
time
to
of
do.
life.
Especially when that head belongs on a body that's this tall, this wide,
No,
and
I
the
had
forehead is
to
about that
before
big.
the-
That
So it's
hurts
kind of my
a
fault,
lot.
because I got delayed.
And they laugh
Hey.
at you when you do it. Because it's really this hurt. So, when we're doing a high punch, the forehead is never a target in a kata for a high punch.
Hips account,
Never, 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 never,
inches
never.
account, that's one, okay.
It's
so-
just-
Highest we wanna go
Inches,
is
when I
Philtrum
Oh,
or the
yeah.
cheek points.
No,
Yeah.
Hajime is actually certain. Hajime is
So
actually.
if you're,
Each,
I'm seeing your high punch here,
H is one.
So inches
you're
when
way
I,
out of
and then I
position.
have to wait for you to.
For me to get above my head,
Oh, no.
what do I have to do to the shoulder?
What the
I
command
have
is.
to disengage the lat,
one count on the way.
pull up with the
Count
deltoid.
on the way,
Okay.
so I
Never
said,
do
no.
that.
Then when I do it the second time, I was.
So,
like,
my high
I was
punch
just thinking it's simple, it's like-
targets
Not that big.
my nose every time,
So.
regardless of what it's targeting on that.
Go home, okay,
Oh, no, okay.
one count all the way.
If I'm throwing a high punch here and I'm punching at Ken, we're pretty close. It's gonna match. Eric's about 4 inches taller than I am. So for me to hit him from a standing position, to hit him in the nose, maybe not 4, maybe 2 inches. Okay? I'd have to break about the top of my forehead to do that. So if I'm gonna hit him with a high punch, where am I hitting him? I'm hitting him in the Amazon. Mother Nature gave you many, 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 many options. What happens if he knocked me down? I'm still gonna hit him with a high punch. What am I gonna do? I hit him right above the blast. His bladder is
Correction,
just perfect.
about my mistake. Hajime,
That's how I know
let's
that.
do it again.
Okay.
Question,
No, sir.
Hajime.
Alright, so, target, always target. Always be aware of what you're targeting. That doesn't have to be the same target. Sometimes you think about this one, sometimes you think about this one, then you think about this one, then you think about this one. So, here, if I'm seeing a high punch very here, I won't say a word. That's a beautiful thing. Here, I'm gonna start working.
Puss.
Unless we're gonna get into, I can't think of any kata that we do, but sometimes we do work these kind of techniques. Okay, so they're gonna come up.
You don't have, I don't have to wait.
We do them every once in a while, usually around the holidays. So we can get into techniques like that. In Ropoho, I know we talked about this before, that straightforward side kick to that 180-degree turn, how do we make that happen? What makes life our life easier? We turn that into a back kick, a side back kick.
Oh, okay. Okay, all
If I just throw a straight, no, I'm cheating already. If I just throw a straight side kick and I try and pull back through that, just like we were talking about before, this is in the way. So I slightly over rotate it so that my toes are more down, almost into a back kick, preloads this hip, so that when I pull out of it, that foot
Which one?
comes with you. I'm out of my
No,
own.
where is this?
That's how you achieve that one. That
Good question.
actually came from Neva's number one student, who even made it that way. He opened the sign, cause he was about that tall and fat. Well, this
Just wanna
one
make
made
sure
this
that
size.
actually.
He made
What?
do that.
Your feet.
Over rotate slightly
That didn't seem like.
into almost a back kick position. Preload that hip, when you snap back, you're gonna get that straight. Don't be afraid of doing that.
That's what.
Alright, Pinon Nina,
Pinanida.
what's your name?
How's Meg? Yes.
Us! Us!
Good man, good.
Give me a minute, I'll take a look.
Most of you were maybe one little bubble here or there, but for the most part, you guys were automatically, and have been doing it automatically in Pinon Nina. We talk about cheating and preloading that front foot when we make those Shiko transitions, because you have to. Preload the feet, make your transition. Same thing applies to what we were talking about earlier. Preload that foot, depending upon who's going in a different direction.
How's Meg?
Again, you guys are used to doing it, you just need to broaden what you're doing, or where you're applying it, I should say. Oh, going down the eye. You have to be very conscious that when we're pulling into this Sanshin, we're not pulling our feet together.
What's your name?
Everybody wants to pull the feet together.
What's your name?
No. We're gonna come out, we're still gonna make our half moon with the hip, but the foot is going, I'm gonna really over exaggerate.
On the knuckles, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The foot comes straight forward, literally on rails
Yes.
for these three, going down the eye. Right. It's different,
Please, feel like you gotta go and move it out.
it is, but
Your
it's
rumble.
an important
Down all
thing.
the way.
Robo? What is
Which
it?
reminds me, we've talked about it before.
M,
How many kata
P,
are there in the Shikari syllabus?
Robo.
Anybody remember?
Like 60 or so.
how's Meg?
67 or something.
Three.
God awful
Three
number.
for-
Sorry?
No, sorry, just thinking out.
Oh, thank you,
loud.
okay. It's,
Or 30.
yeah, we're a third, we do a third of the Shikari kata.
Are we counting the tenshin couples or?
No, these are, okay, Google Shikari kata list. It's 3 columns, like 4 pages.
Well,
Yeah, like I said, we do literally a third of the traditional Shikari syllabus. You can thank this kata freak right here, he's the one that did that. Alright, so, why do you think we do those katas? Where do they come from? Who made the decision?
How's your,
Did we throw darts, did we have a conference?
multiple.
how's Meg?
What was the
They chose what was the most practical.
most practical?
I'm guessing it was, honestly, for
Yeah. Punch your face. Here's the syllabus. But here's the thing. You guys, by now, should have enough kata. How similar do kata start to become?
there.
Very extremely so.
Five penons. How similar are they? Once you do them for a while, you go. Okay. I think I've told the story to everybody in this room about Pinon Yondan and Kosoken Dai. Kosoken Dai overwrote Pinon Yondan for 2 years
No.
because they're parts of it. If you take Kosoken Dai, it's literally like the first half of Pinon Shodan, a couple of parts of Pinon Yondan, a little bit of, it's literally, someone took a chunk of this class, a chunk of this class, and here's a new class.
A Frankenstein's monster. of a
There you
kata.
go, exactly, that's a good way to look at it, absolutely. So,
Remember, horse stands this way.
Ain't no way.
Whereas you're about to go back.
nobody, unless you're doing it your entire life and that's all you do because you're independently wealthy, can do
So,
master 67 pounds.
That's why.
You can't. It's impossible. So, when Hanshi opened his dojo, he picked that.
That's why.
Why did he pick those? Because they all have something different to teach. Or, like with the penons, we don't need 5 penons. But even in the 5 penons, each penon has something different that's trying to teach you. Penon Nidon is trying to teach you that. That hip movement right there. So, if you look at all the kata that we do, there's something unique in each one of them. None of them get really repetitive. You guys probably never did. Did you do takiokus? Takiokus are a drill kata. There are 5 of them. They're ridiculous that there are 5 of them. Basically, it's a blocking drill, similar to Goho no Uki, but break Goho no Uki up into 5 kata the length of Pinon or Tenno kata. Why? No reason. He did it forever. He taught me a few of them, and before I trained with Hanshi, when I was training with Tamsudo, I learned takiokas there. It's like, we could literally combine these into Goho no Uki, have one kata, and be done with it. Because there was nothing unique in the 5 takiokas. It was the same pattern. It was, okay, this time we do down block. Number 2, we do middle outside block. Number 3, we do rising block. Number 4, we do down block and rising block. But it's the same. It's ridiculous to go with 5. So that's the kind of stuff that he took out. We pick those because there's something unique in each and every one. Cool? Questions, comments, concerns? Alright, young man. Alright, 3, back up.
Both.
You stay right where you are. Danny, front center. Goho no Uke. Hajime. Good, alright. You get all the way through Enkiroku?
Yes, sir.
All the way?
Yes, sir.
Enkiroku. Hajime. Down blocking.
Down block.
Now step forward elbow. Yeah. Side elbow. Yeah. Now there's no repeat. Keep going. You got it. Keep going. Good. All right. There we go. Good. All right. What does Goho no Uke mean? Ichi, san, shi, go.
6,
Ichi, san, shi, go.
5,
5 what?
5 blocks.
5 block. 5 block kata. Go. 5 Uke block. What does empty roll mean? Did it tell you?
Elbows,
What about
6
the other?
elbows.
6 elbows. All right. Not bad. I'll let you live one more day. All right. Questions on any of that? Anything I should have heard before?
No.
Is it all right? All right.
That's
Good. 3, 2.
Both.
One line. That's fine. Right.
Go straight. Sony, right.
Both.
Joshny, right.
Both.
Watsugani, right.
Both.
Boost. Aí, depois de uma tá. Outra, né? Go home.
Both.